The world is full of secrets, but some of the biggest mysteries aren't hiding in plain sight. They're buried in the most isolated, unreachable places on Earth. From deep within jungles to the bottom of the ocean, these locations hold riddles that defy logic, science, and in some cases, reality itself. Some of these places were abandoned without explanation. Others contain artifacts that shouldn't exist. And a few? Well, they seem designed to keep their secrets forever. Scientists have tried to decode them, adventurers have risked their lives to explore them, and conspiracy theorists, they've had an absolute field day. But no matter how much we dig, these 15 mysteries remain unsolved. So let's journey into the unknown, where reality bends and questions pile up faster than answers. Number 15. The Siberian Patomskiy Crater, Russia. Deep in the Siberian wilderness, far from civilization, lies a massive, perfectly circular rock formation that scientists have been scratching their heads over for decades. Known as the Patomskiy Crater, this 150-foot wide mound looks like something exploded underground, but no one knows what caused it. Discovered in 1949, the crater's origins are a complete mystery. Some believe it's the result of a meteorite impact, others think it was formed by a massive underground explosion. But here's the weird part. There's no evidence of any impact, explosion, or volcanic activity nearby. And when geologists first studied it, they found the trees surrounding the crater had grown abnormally fast, as if exposed to radiation. Was it a secret Soviet experiment? A natural phenomenon never seen before? Or something even stranger? So far, no one has cracked the case. The crater remains one of Russia's most baffling geological mysteries. Number 14. Lake Anjikuni, Canada. In 1930, a fur trapper named Joe LaBelle arrived at Lake Anjikuni, expecting to find a thriving Inuit settlement. Instead, he walked into a ghost town. The entire village, men, women, children, and even their sled dogs, had vanished. Meals were left untouched, fires still smoldered, and rifles were neatly stacked as if everyone had walked away mid-conversation. But there was no sign of struggle, no tracks, no bodies, and no explanation. Search parties scoured the area, but not a single trace of the villagers was ever found. Theories range from mass alien abduction to an unexplained natural disaster, but nothing makes sense. A whole community can't just disappear into thin air, can it? Even today, Lake Anjikuni remains one of Canada's eeriest unsolved mysteries, a place where an entire population simply ceased to exist. Number 13. The Devil's Kettle, USA. Now, this thing is just mind-boggling, and we're not kidding at all. We mean, just look at this miracle. Deep in Minnesota's Judge C.R. Magny State Park, this river splits into two waterfalls. One follows the expected route, cascading downstream. The other? Well, that's the mystery about this place. It disappears into a giant hole in the rock and is never seen again. Scientists have tried everything to figure out where the water goes. They've dumped dye, GPS trackers, and even thousands of ping-pong balls into the hole, only for none of them to resurface. There's no known underground river, no exit point, and no logical explanation. Some believe the water eventually emerges in Lake Superior, but without proof, the Devil's Kettle remains a mind-boggling mystery. Is it a portal to another world? A bottomless pit? Or is nature just messing with us? Well, let us know your wild theory in the comment section below. We just love to hear them. Number 12. Bouvet Island, Norway. Want to live in a place where no one can disturb you? Well, this is the place you should really visit. Considered the most isolated place on Earth, Bouvet Island is an uninhabitable rock in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. There are no people, no settlements, no reason for anyone to go there. But in 1964, a British research team landed on the island and made a chilling discovery: a small lifeboat, mysteriously abandoned on the shore. The boat had no markings, no identification, and no sign of who left it there. And what's even more strange about this place is that there were no records of any missing ships in the area. No one ever claimed the boat, and no human remains were found. It's as if someone landed on Bouvet Island and then vanished into thin air. To this day, the mystery of who or what was on that boat remains unsolved. Number 11. The Baltic Sea Anomaly, Europe. In 2011, a team of deep-sea explorers discovered something bizarre at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. A 200-foot-wide, disc-shaped object that looked eerily like the Millennium Falcon. The Baltic Sea Anomaly is a massive, perfectly symmetrical structure sitting 300 feet below the surface. Its shape is so unnatural that some believe it's a sunken UFO, a lost Nazi weapon, or even an ancient underwater monument. Sonar scans revealed metallic elements that shouldn't exist naturally, and divers reported their equipment malfunctioning near the site. Was it built by an ancient civilization, a remnant of a forgotten war, or actual proof that aliens visited Earth? No one has been able to explain it. The object remains one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. Just like Karaken or Atlantic City, no one knows if it's even real or just an internet meme. Number 10. The Movile Cave, Romania. For over 5 million years, Movile Cave was completely sealed off from the outside world. No sunlight, no fresh air, and no connection to Earth's ecosystems. But when scientists accidentally discovered it in 1986, they found something even stranger: life. Inside this toxic pitch-black cave, researchers discovered 33 new species that exist nowhere else on Earth. Spiders, worms, and scorpions thrive in a place so hostile that humans can't survive inside without special equipment. The air is poisonous, full of sulfur and carbon dioxide, but these creatures evolved in complete isolation. The real mystery? How these organisms developed entirely separate from the rest of life on Earth. Some scientists believe Movile Cave could hold clues about life on other planets, proving that even the most uninhabitable places can still sustain life. It's as if Earth was hiding its own alien ecosystem, one that shouldn't exist but does. Number 9. The Lost City of Nan Madol, Micronesia. Hidden deep in the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Bouvet Island, lies one of the world's most mysterious ancient cities, Nan Madol. Built entirely from giant basalt stones, this lost city consists of over 100 artificial islands, separated by canals and surrounded by massive seawalls. Some of these stone blocks weigh up to 50 tons. The problem? No one knows how they got there. Nan Madol was once the political and spiritual capital of the Sodelur dynasty, but it was abandoned centuries ago for unknown reasons. Local legends say it was built by giants or supernatural beings, while some believe it may be the real-life Atlantis. Scientists are still puzzled by how the ancient builders managed to move these enormous stones without modern technology. There's no record of how it was constructed, and no clear explanation of why the civilization suddenly vanished. To this day, Nan Madol remains one of the biggest unsolved archaeological mysteries. Number 8. The Taos hum, USA. Imagine hearing a low, constant humming sound, but only some people can hear it, and no one knows where it's coming from. Welcome to Taos, New Mexico, home of the Taos hum. For decades, residents and visitors in Taos have reported hearing a strange, low-frequency buzzing noise that never stops. Some describe it as a distant engine. Others say it's like a deep, vibrating pulse. But here's the weird part. Not everyone can hear it. Studies show that only 2% of the population can detect the hum, and no one knows why. Scientists have tried everything to pinpoint the source, looking at electrical signals, seismic activity, and even military experiments. But no explanation has ever been found. Some believe it's a secret underground facility, while others think it's a psychological phenomenon. Whether it's something natural, something top secret, or something otherworldly, the Taos hum remains an auditory enigma. Number 7. The Valley of Headless Men, Canada. Deep in Canada's Nahani National Park, there's a valley so remote and dangerous that it's earned the nickname the Valley of Headless Men. And no, that's not just an urban legend, it's horrifyingly real. For centuries, indigenous tribes avoided this area, claiming it was cursed. Then, in the early 1900s, explorers started going missing, only to be found later, decapitated. The first known victims were 2 gold prospectors in 1908. Their bodies were discovered near their camp, heads completely missing. Over the next several decades, dozens more people vanished under the exact same circumstances. To this day, no one knows who or what is behind these gruesome deaths. Some theories suggest a hidden serial killer, others believe it's something supernatural. But one thing is clear, anyone who enters the valley risks never coming back. Number 6. The Vile Vortices. You've probably heard of the Bermuda Triangle, but did you know there are 11 other mysterious zones around the world where ships and planes vanish without explanation? These places, known as the Vile Vortices, form a strange geometric pattern around the globe, and scientists have no idea why. Some of the most famous Vile Vortices include the Devil's Sea in Japan, where fishermen report compasses spinning wildly and ghost ships appearing, and the South Atlantic Anomaly, a mysterious zone where satellites malfunction for no reason. Theories range from magnetic disturbances to underwater alien bases, but no one has figured out why so many disappearances occur in these locations. Some believe they're portals to another dimension, while others think they're evidence of ancient lost technology. Whatever the cause, one thing's for sure. If your plane or ship goes missing in one of these zones, you might never be seen again. Number 5. The Overtoun Bridge, Scotland. In the Scottish countryside, there's a century-old stone bridge with an eerie reputation. Dogs jump to their deaths from it, and no one knows why. Since the 1950s, over 300 dogs have leaped off Overtoun Bridge, many to their deaths. Some survived, only to climb back up and jump again. There's no obvious reason. No predators below, no strong currents, no known cause. Scientists have tried explaining it by blaming scent trails or sound frequencies, but nothing fully accounts for the dogs' strange behavior. Some locals believe Overtoun Bridge is a cursed or haunted place, while others think it's a supernatural thin spot where the spirit world bleeds into ours. Regardless of the reason, Overtoun remains one of the strangest mysteries in the world, a place where even man's best friend can't resist a deadly, unseen force. Number 4. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, Russia. One of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of all time, the Dyatlov Pass incident is a case that defies logic, science, and common sense. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on a trek through the Ural Mountains in Russia. Days later, their bodies were found scattered across the snow, and the scene was beyond disturbing. Some were half naked, others had mysterious internal injuries, and one was missing her tongue and eyes. There were no signs of struggle, yet their injuries were similar to a car crash. Their tent was found ripped open from the inside, as if they had panicked and fled into the freezing night. Theories range from secret military experiments to an unknown force that terrified them into running for their lives. To this day, no one knows what really happened in Dyatlov Pass. Number 3. The Mariana Trench Anomaly. The Mariana Trench is the deepest place on Earth, and what lurks down there is still largely unknown. In 2016, scientists detected something enormous moving at the bottom of the trench, over 36,000 feet below the surface. The object was larger than a whale, moving in ways that no known sea creature should. Sonar scans picked up strange, unidentifiable shapes, and researchers reported equipment failures in the area. Some believe it could be a previously undiscovered giant sea creature, while others think it's something even stranger, an underwater base or an ancient deep-sea civilization. With 95% of the ocean still unexplored, we know nothing about what might be lurking in the depths. It can be aliens, it can be people who can live under the sea. Whatever it actually is, one thing is certain. The Mariana Trench anomaly remains an enigma that continues to baffle scientists. This place is not for everyone. Number 2. The Blood Falls of Antarctica. Antarctica is full of strange sights, but none are as unsettling as Blood Falls, a bright red river oozing from a glacier like an open wound. For over a century, scientists were baffled by this eerie phenomenon. Why was this frozen wasteland bleeding? At first, people thought red algae might be responsible. But in 2017, researchers discovered the real answer: trapped ancient water, rich in iron, oxidizing when exposed to air, creating the deep blood-red color. Essentially, the glacier is rusting from the inside out. But here's where it gets even stranger. The water has been cut off from the outside world for over 1 million years, creating an alien-like ecosystem with microorganisms that survive without sunlight or oxygen. Scientists believe studying blood falls could help us understand life on other planets, where extreme conditions might still support organisms. So while Antarctica isn't haunted, it does bleed, and it might just hold the key to finding life beyond Earth. Number 1. Point Nemo. If Earth has a real-life nowhere, it's Point Nemo, a spot in the Pacific Ocean so remote that the closest humans to it are often astronauts on the International Space Station. Located over 1,450 miles from the nearest land, Point Nemo is so isolated that no one has ever actually been there in person. The water here is lifeless, cut off from ocean currents, making it the closest thing we have to an oceanic desert. But here's where it gets creepy. Strange radio signals have been detected near Point Nemo, including the bloop, one of the loudest underwater sounds ever recorded, with no known source. Some believe it came from a massive, unknown sea creature, while others think it's evidence of secret underwater military experiments. And if that wasn't unsettling enough, Point Nemo is also the spacecraft graveyard, where decommissioned satellites and space stations are deliberately crashed. It's a cemetery for technology, and maybe, just maybe, something else. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.